what's up? This is a change of pace from what's usually uploaded to this channel. This is something a little different, a little more edited. So if you're in the mood for something like that, check this out because this is just a little thing, an edited upload I wanted to share about my experience at the Toronto Film Festival, the Toronto International Film Festival. I had a good time not only seeing the films, but the whole experience was very good. This wasn't really just about movies for me. It was a journey through the heart of the vibrant city of Toronto. I got to meet some awesome friends of mine, as well as encounter passionate film enthusiasts and fans of my channel, which is great. It was very nice meeting you, the ones I met. So let's talk about my adventures in Toronto. I went to a few places like record stores. There was this really nice one I went to, Sonic Boom. That was super cool. Very nice in there. I also went to the BMV Books, it's called. I got this and I got one for Mike. So it was nice. It's like a little thing just to, remember I was there. So Toronto, great city. There was a fusion of, different cultures and all kinds of really interesting food. And there was an ever-present sense of discovery I had during the trip, which was fun and exciting. I saw a lot of cool stuff, and just overall good. I just really enjoyed uncovering the hidden gems in the city, and I just savored every moment of it. And one of the best parts of the trip was, of course, like I said in the beginning, meeting you guys, having unexpected encounters with movie lovers. And as I wandered through the city, I often met people who just spotted me. Hey, you're Ralph Seppi, or you're Ralphthemoviemaker. I got recognized a lot. Created an instant sense of camaraderie with the people I met. Most of the people I met were incredibly kind, and I loved interacting with them. And to me, it just is a testament to the power of film and how film brings people together from all walks of life and gets us to have this shared experience and gets us to, start friendships as well. So that was a great part of the festival. So with all these great experiences in my trip and in my memory, in my mind, I dove into the TIFF lineup of films with, eager anticipation of what awaited me. They actually gave me a press pass, so a lot of the movies I saw, I did attend some normal screenings for the normies, you regular folks, but I did also attend press screenings on top of those regular screenings, which were usually premieres. New York Film Festival, when I finish watching those movies, I still have another week of movies to watch, so be sure to tune in for that. A lot of good movies at New York Film Festival. Poor Things and Ferrari I'm going to see soon. So everyone I met at the festival who worked at the festival, I thought, was very polite. And, they were, obviously excited to see me, but they also worked. They didn't stop working and doing what they needed to do and helping people. So, props to the people at the festival who worked there, the people volunteered there. They did a great job. And whenever I, was interacting, or whenever I could, really, I said, good job to people working there, because, they're doing a good job. I thought overall it was a very good festival. And I actually liked a lot of the movies I saw there, to be frank. I mean, I thought it was, overall very good. And a lot of the stuff playing there is stuff that's also playing at New York Film Festival. I just got to see it a little earlier. And anything I missed that I really wanted to see, I just saw it at New York Film Festival. So, Evil Does Not Exist, I didn't get a chance to see that at Toronto. The first film we're going to talk about is Anatomy of a Fall. It's meticulously crafted, and Sandra Hüller's performance in this movie is just remarkable. She's really tremendous in this film, and I just thought the way she portrayed the character and delivered these very challenging emotional scenes was, she's fucking great. I'm gonna put this on. Yeah, like that. That's good. I don't want to give anything away. Just go watch it when it's out, whenever it's out. I give this one a 4-star. So 4 stars for Anatomy of a Fall. The next movie is titled The Zone of Interest. It's from A24, and the director of this film is Jonathan Glazer, who I think is one of the greatest directors, especially now, like working today. He directed Under the Skin, which is one of my favorite movies. Love that movie. Under the Skin has really complex themes, and it's very emotional and also creepy. It's science fiction, kind of. It's very visceral and, like trippy imagery in it. And Sexy Beasts was another one of my favorite movies I've seen from him. And that movie was this crime film that was very sleek and bold. It has like really captivating performances such as Ben Kingsley. And when you get to Zone of Interest, it's a film that's all in German and follows Nazis in World War II. As they, basically this German family. And it's, I think, interesting how Jonathan Glazer does very different genres and different kinds of films with each film he makes, which is, very difficult and ambitious. But I think that's an aspect I like about a lot of my favorite directors, such as Stanley Kubrick and Martin Scorsese. They're able to be versatile. They don't just kind of do the same kind of film or the same kind of genre, very ambitious storytelling. And for me, it was, the crown jewel of the TIFF lineup. It was the best movie I saw there. Glazer's directing prowess just shines through in every single frame of the movie. It's just so meticulous and masterfully made. And every film of his feels important and purposeful in how they're presented and executed. This is an entirely German language film with subtitles, but it really just immerses you in its relentless exploration of the darkest corners of humanity. Sandra Hüller plays the Nazi officer's wife in this film, also in Anatomy of a Fall, which we just talked about. And she's great in this film. Overall, I thought this movie was an ambitious and haunting portrayal of that period, and it was just a overall tremendous cinematic experience. It really just is ambitious and has masterful direction and cinematography, and I would rate it a 4.5 stars. So just, that little extra, because it was my favorite movie I saw at the festival. It's been a long time since Jonathan Glazer's last movie, but I'm glad, his next movie was so great and definitely lived up to my expectations and the hype. Perfect Days, directed by Wim Wenders. I've seen Wim Wenders in person before at a talk at Harvard, so I attended the talk, and he seems like a very, articulate, well-rounded person. He had very good presence to be around, and yeah, I was awaiting this movie, because I love Paris, Texas, and some of his other movies I want to see at some point. They're on my watch list. This film, I will admit, I was a little tired from all the excitement when I saw it, but that being said, when I was awake, I thought the movie was great. It's just about a guy in Japan who cleans toilets, and that's the whole story. So if that sounds interesting to you, then definitely check it out. I think the film's strength lies in its simplicity, with the power to focus on performances and good dialogue, and the main actor who was there at the festival along with them vendors, which was cool. I think it succeeds at leaving a lasting impression. A lot of these are 4 stars. Next is The Boy and the Heron. This is from Miyazaki. This is a Miyazaki animated film, and it is a story about a 12-year-old boy named Bahito who's navigating a new town after losing his mother in the opening scene, and he has an encounter with a talking heron who takes him to another world, and it undeniably has charm and really great animation. Like, it looks excellent. I really liked the antagonists of the movie, the birds or the pigeons. They were very funny looking, and Miyazaki is obviously a world-renowned and respected filmmaker, and this movie feels like something worthy of a great filmmaker like that. The animation is very visually captivating. It had a unique design aesthetic that breathes life into the characters and the world of the film. While I don't think it reaches the heights of like Princess Mononoke, which is one of my favorite ones, or Spirited Away. Bam. Next is The Contestant, directed by Claire Titley, who was actually at the screening, and starring Nasubi. So this is a documentary, and I don't usually talk about documentaries much. I like focusing on narrative fiction. But that being said, we can still talk about this. I mean, who cares? Well, I don't think this film is going to be everyone's cup of tea. It's undoubtedly a well-made documentary. I thought the subject matter was interesting and very effed up, and like, whoa, that's crazy. 3.5 stars. Bam. I also watched an episode of a series. It wasn't the pilot. They just screened a random episode of the series Expats. Expatriate Communities, featuring a storyline where Nicole Kidman's character faces a harrowing kidnap experience. The screening was basically empty. I don't think people were very interested in watching a random episode of a TV show at the festival. Maybe if it was like a bigger show, like a Game of Thrones or something, or like Game of Thrones ended. I'm trying to think of there's just nothing like The Bear. If it was The Bear, people would watch it, but it's like, what if I showed you a random episode of a television show? Like, how would you react to that? You're like, oh, okay, I guess I can appreciate like the acting and the cinematography and so on, which I did. It looked nice, and Lulu Wang was there at the screening, which was very cool. It was nice to see her, and I'm a big fan of The Farewell, that movie. That was a good movie, I thought. I really liked that movie, and I champion her as a director, and that's why I wanted to see this. I'm like, Lulu Wang, woohoo! I didn't even know she would be there. I just wanted to support Lulu Wang. It didn't quite grip me in the same way as some of the other festival entries. Overall, it's a competent piece of work, even if it didn't resonate with me strongly. His Three Daughters, directed by Azazel Jacobs, explores the emotionally charged narrative of 3 estranged sisters who are brought together by their father's deteriorating health. As the film grapples with impending loss, and they're forced to confront their shared history and their personal differences. I saw the premiere. I was at the premiere. A lot of the actors didn't show up because it had a big cast. Carrie Coon, Elizabeth Olsen resonated with me very personally on a deeper level because of things I've been through recently. The emotional journey of this movie, navigating their strained relationships and the looming inevitable loss of their father passing, is very poignant, and it, like I said, it wasn't just relatable to me, it was relatable to the audience. I don't know if the film's conclusion will be to everyone's taste, but I liked it. I thought it was a fine way to end the movie, and I think it stands out a little bit from some of the other festival movies because of like risky things it does. Give this one a 4-star. Next is a little film called Dream Scenarios, starring Nicolas Cage. All right, well, I love Nicolas, of course. And Dream Scenario invites us into the zany world of Paul Matthews, portrayed by Nicolas Cage, whose life takes him on a surreal turn when he becomes a recurring character in people's dreams. It's an A24 film. It was produced by Ari Aster, and Ari Aster was there at the premiere. And you know who else was there? The man himself, Nicolas Cage. Yeah, he was there, so that was cool. It was cool to meet Nicolas Cage in person. Not meet him. I didn't meet him. I saw him. We were in the same room, technically. Dream Scenario is a fun and definitely just like a crowd-pleasing movie made for festival audiences. Like, it's definitely a festival crowd movie. It had the audience laughing really hard, and it was very offbeat. Nicolas Cage is usually known for his eccentric roles, of course, and in this movie he really delivers some hilarious and memorable moments. It's a crowd pleaser that just doesn't take itself too seriously, which I think is totally fine. And Nicolas Cage at the Q&A after the screening, mentioning Renfield and Vampire's Kiss just added to my enjoyment. It's not groundbreaking cinema, but it accomplishes what it sets out to do, and I give this banger 3.5 stars out of 5 stars. Next is The Holdovers, starring Paul Giamatti at a prep school who forms an unexpected bond during Christmas break with a lunch lady and one of his students. It strikes a chord with its endearing characters and its witty dialogue. The performances from Paul Giamatti and Divine Joy Randolph are nothing short of excellent. This is a film that offers both laughs and very poignant moments. Alexander Payne's direction is great. I like the stylistic flourishes that this is actually like a 70s movie or something like that. A really good soundtrack. And overall, I just thought this film was great. It left a smile on my face, and it left a smile on everyone's face at the end. And this is one of the standouts of the festival. This is my second favorite of the festival. Close second, for sure. It's a high 4-star. It might even be a 4.5 star. So then I was supposed to leave Toronto right after the screening, but my flight got delayed. Figured out that my flight got canceled and booked to the following day, and I had to stay an extra night. I decided to go see another movie, which was, basically whatever was playing at the festival that night, which was a movie called Mimang. The film offers a simple yet enjoyable cinematic experience inspired by Richard Linklater's Before trilogy. I did think it was a very enjoyable and very entertaining romantic drama, and I would give this film a 3.5 stars out of 5 stars. So that was Toronto. Yay! Fun trip. We'll see about next year, but be sure to tune in for my coverage of the New York Film Festival. That should be coming soon. And yeah, thanks for tuning in to this special little segment or whatever the fuck this is. And thanks.